A top cop is under investigation tonight after the Mason County Sheriff discovered a significant amount of money missing from a multi-county drug task force.
The task force director was fired because of that missing money, and tonight, I-Team Chief Investigator Brendan Keefe has found a case in which drug dealers were let go so the agent could seize property. Brendan.
Clyde Carroll, it seemed like an open and shut case, an admitted drug addict accused of trafficking pills. But now in a strange twist, he's free, and the agent who busted him is the one under investigation. This truck hasn't moved for nearly half a decade. Through 5 blistering summers and 4 freezing winters, it has deteriorated in this parking lot. The cold has cracked the tires. The heat has melted the rubber into the pavement. The truck made its last trip in 2008 across the Ohio River from Aberdeen into Maysville, Kentucky, the jurisdiction of this man.
Tim Fagan, I'm the director of the Buffalo Trace Gateway Narcotics Task Force.
Shown here testifying in a drug case where young parents had sold an OxyContin pill to Fagan's wired informant in front of the couple's 2-year-old son.
You have a tape that you believe shows clear and convincing evidence that there was trafficking?
Yes.
Inside that house?
Yes.
Did you raid the house?
No.
Your focus became this truck.
The drug-dealing parents aren't on trial. Instead, Agent Fagan arrested the driver of the red pickup truck, Joey Osborne, outside the Maysville house.
I said, I went up there to pick up $100 he owed me. Why? And he said, you're a drug dealer. I said, I ain't no drug dealer, dude.
No pills were found inside the truck. Osborne never got out or met the informant, and he wasn't caught on the tape. But he did have these marked $20 bills. The father had paid him back his $100 with the buy money that had gone from Agent Fagan to his informant, to the mother, and then to the father. And ultimately, the money went to Osborne.
Was he placed into custody?
Yes, and I told him that we were seizing his vehicle. It was going to be subject to forfeiture.
Agent Fagan also took all the money from Osborne's wallet, $532, declaring it drug money.
He pulled 2 other things of money out of his pocket and put my money with it. Well, sticks it back in his pocket.
Fagan should have never had that in his pocket. It should have been in an evidence bag, sealed and marked.
Jewel McLean is a retired police officer. She's also Osborne's mother and the owner of the truck.
I was there to retrieve my vehicle, and he told me that it was no longer my vehicle, that it belonged to him.
All rise. Mason County Circuit Court's now session.
Osborne was put on trial for drug trafficking. Felony charges against the drug-dealing parents and the informant were reduced in return for their testimony against him.
How often do you allow felons to go because you feel that would work out best for your case?
Continually.
But first, prosecutors offered Joey and Jewel a deal, too.
If I signed over the truck to them, that it would all go away.
That was their words. This will go away. You will have a misdemeanor if you give me your truck.
He begged me. He said, just give them the truck. And I said, it's not about the truck. It's the principle. And you're not guilty. And we're going to prove that in court. And we did.
We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty.
Not guilty of trafficking or possession. What about the truck? With only 1 misdemeanor conviction, the judge ordered it auctioned with the proceeds split between Osborne's mother and the drug task force.
They didn't say, we're offended by you dealing drugs in our county. They said, we want your truck.
Wayne Wallace is a retired Kenton County detective. Now a forensic consultant, he helped defend Osborne for free.
It got to be comical how badly they wanted this truck. You'd have thought it was made of gold the way they wanted it.
I think it boils down to 3 words. Policing for profit.
The truck has been parked during the trial and now an appeal of the forfeiture. A ruling is expected any day now. But just how many vehicles has the Buffalo Trace Narcotics Task Force seized over the years, and how much cash? The defense asked for budgets and forfeiture records.
And they had the nerve to tell us it didn't exist.
Agent Fagan was required by Kentucky law to file annual reports of all forfeitures. We asked the Commonwealth for copies, but they're all blank because the Drug Task Force hasn't filed a single mandatory forfeiture report in 5 years.
He handled the money. He held the keys to the building. He did all the investigating. He was the evidence custodian. He was everybody.
But now Agent Fagan is gone. Documents show he was terminated for alleged theft. The Mason County Sheriff took over the task force board and ordered a surprise audit. Financial irregularities were found. Fagan called it an error he offered to correct. Sheriff Boggs responded, "An error I believe will become theft once the investigation is complete."
If it could happen to Joey Osborne, that it can happen to anybody.
It's important to point out that Tim Fagan has not been charged with a crime. Attempts to contact him for comment were unsuccessful. The Mason County Sheriff turned the case over to the Kentucky State Police, and the Montgomery County Attorney told the Commonwealth in this letter the evidence of theft is, quote, overwhelming, in excess of $90,000, and that Fagan alone is responsible. Because federal grant money is involved, officials tell the I-Team this case will be referred to the U.S. Attorney for prosecution. Carol?
Wow.